Also, if this is the way you're finessing, I don't know. Like there's getting old, and then there's literally a walking skeleton.
Finessed like milk.
Hey guys, and welcome to GT Not Live, where today we're talking analog horror stuff today, but before we get to that, I have a question for Ash, and Ash, that is chocolate.
Okay.
There's a lot of chocolate up here.
Yeah.
Why is there so much chocolate up here?
Well, so once upon a time, we were doing this food theory episode, and Santi texted me and was like, hey, can you get chocolate? And I was like, why? And he said, I'm doing a test, and I need people to test chocolates. Chocolate
taste test?
Yes. And I said, okay. And he was like, but I need you to be tasting the chocolate also.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So we did the chocolate taste test up here, and no one has claimed the remaining chocolate.
Okay.
So it's been a little treat for us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I noticed. So for those of you who don't know, there's a like right off camera right now, there is a large stockpile of chocolate just sitting there, all varieties, all shapes and sizes, just sitting there, stanking up the place with its delicious chocolatey smell. The reason I bring it up is because I have noticed for the last couple of days, as I've been recording GT Lives, as I've been coming up here to do things with Ash, every time I enter or leave, I am eating chocolate. And on one hand, it's great and it's delicious, but on the other hand, it is a dangerous prospect. We have fallen hard. So the beginning of the year started with our episode all about not eating sugar, and now we have fallen hard. Like I have fallen hard into like chocolate is my lunch at this point.
It's not good, but you know.
No, the chocolate is very good.
The chocolate's fantastic.
The fact that it has become my lunch.
The habits are not as stellar, but at least you're having something.
Yeah, right. It is hard to break too, because it is like for those who don't know, like my schedule is still really busy, even though I'm retired. Like I'm doing like my days are packed with a lot of process meetings. I'm helping the creative directors. I'm helping move forward, help to move forward the fashion show. I'm helping to move forward the stuff like Lorify. So there's a lot of stuff that is on my plate, and my days are still packed, and so I'm still trying to find time, but my nights and weekends are open, so that's been like one of the big steps here. But one of the things that I'm missing is lunch, and so I keep finding myself wrapping up GT Live, walking out the door and being like, oh, I'm kind of hungry right now, let me just snap off a little bit of this chocolate, and it's been adding up, and I've noticed it, and I don't like it.
Wait, okay, because I have a question about the chocolate that's been lingering.
Yeah.
And once upon a time, I had a chocolate knife up here. Where is it? Did you move it?
You gave it to me at one point.
I know I did.
And,
there it is.
There's that chocolate knife. Still as unwashed as it was weeks ago, Ash.
Well, I gave it to you.
Wait, so, no, I don't want your chocolate knife. I don't want your chocolate knife, okay?
I haven't been using it since.
Well, because guess what? Well, I haven't either. Because guess what? I'm not a maniac who uses a knife to cut my chocolate. Okay?
Well, if you want it in smaller pieces than the squares that are designed for you.
It's called precision snapping. Snap it and then snap it again. There's your chocolate bar.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay. Now here's the predetermined snap.
Right. Yep.
Right there.
I see.
Okay. So now shield it with both thumbs.
Okay.
Thumbs.
Right.
Creating an even texture.
Yep.
And look, you've perfectly broken it into 3 slices, exactly as intended. 3 smaller chunks of chocolate, just like you wanted. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. No! What are we doing today? Sorry, what's going on?
Say cheese.
Cheese.
So you see what you're doing right now?
Smiling.
You're smiling. And you know what you are right now because I'm recording?
Taping.
Yeah, you're on tape.
It's Smile Tapes.
It's Smile Tapes.
Yay! This is actually one that we've been requested to do for a long time.
Oh, yes.
This came out. When did this first come out? Smile Tapes. You have it pulled out? Oh, you do have it pulled out. Okay, great. Smile Tapes. First one was 2 years ago. Oh, great. I'm glad we're so trendy with it.
Look.
No.
Okay.
No, it's okay. You were new. You were getting started.
Yeah.
But no, I remember I've seen smile tapes requested a lot of times on the subreddit over the years. So this is good. And to be honest, for all the analog horror stuff that we do and all the like scary things that we react to, I've never actually looked into this one. I've never checked it out. I've tried to stay purposely blind to it under the expectation that this day would arrive. And lo and behold, this day has arrived. Today, we are reacting to the Smile Tapes, which is an analog horror series that is very popular, one that's been kicking around for the better part of 2 years, and one that I am completely oblivious to. So that should be exciting.
Yeah.
We start that journey. It looks like there are 5 of these things for about an hour worth of content. So I would expect there to be at least 2, if not 3 of these.
Yeah, so this will be a shorter series. There's a compilation video where all of them are just kind of like squished together.
Packaged together into one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could do that. Or if it's easier for you and it might be easier for us in terms of pacing, to just go through those individual entries.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. So, okay. That sounds like a plan. I like that. We'll hop into it. But before we hop into it, first we have to thank our sponsor for today's episode, which is NordVPN. If you're someone who uses the internet, which I assume you are, obviously we're all collectively here, then having a VPN is a game changer. It makes sure that it's protecting your data. It makes sure that you're unlocking geo-restricted content. It also is making sure that you're not throttling your internet speed. So across the board, it's a win. Speaking from personal experience, I know that for film theory specifically, having a VPN allowed us to unlock all sorts of shows on international versions of Netflix that you can't actually stream here in the US because of weird geo restrictions that exist around certain types of content that allowed us to go frame by frame by frame on shows that we would have had a hard time accessing here otherwise. So Nord is basically giving you more of the internet all at a really affordable rate, which is pretty darn awesome. Plus, best of all, if you don't like what you see, Nord has a free 30-day money-back guarantee. So if it's not unlocking enough of the internet for you, or if you're like, hey, I don't like what UK Netflix has to offer or whatever, just turn it back in, no problem, no questions asked. Again, that is nordvpn.com/GTLive. This is the best deal that you're going to get. It is 2 years at a huge discount plus an additional 4 months for free. Thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring today's episode. And now, let's get to smiling, shall we? Smile Tapes, Volume 1.
This message is broadcasted to raise awareness of a new drug in circulation. The Smile drug.
Ooh, Smile drug.
Advise for you to stay away from any person suspected to be under its influence.
Okay.
For the past few months, we have received over 500 deaths related to the drug.
That's a lot of deaths.
The drug itself has not been scientifically investigated.
Okay.
Its most obvious effects are mania, uncontrollable laughter,
Mania.
violent tendencies, and the latched smile in which the drug was named after.
Is this in any way related to, or did this inspire the Blumhouse movie Smile? Strange how people are just like, happiness leads to death. Great, and there's multiple people at the same time creating IP all around that. Here we go. All right, so watch out for the smiling killers.
To ensure your safety outside.
Wear sunscreen.
Avoid dark alleys, since most reported deaths happened near or in a dark alley.
I mean, in general, I feel like you should be avoiding dark. Like, if media has taught us nothing, it's like, if there's one thing that we walk away with, it is stay away from dark alleys.
Right? I feel like you acquire that knowledge very young.
Right, you know, very few are the people who are like, hey, look at that dark alley. Let me pursue that.
Oh man, I want nothing more than to step inside that alley.
Oh boy, I have no assumptions of my personal risk in this moment.
It's so dark and disconcerting.
Wow, I hope no one pops out from behind a dumpster to attack me.
Whoa, what's that sound?
Uh-oh, like if you're compelled, like that might just be a survival of the fittest sort of situation.
Right.
If you have the natural inclination to be like, whoa, dark, scary back alley, let me go there. Maybe that's nature saying like, hey, the genes are not working for this one.
The genes are not gening.
The genes are not doing their job, man.
Avoid eye contact with the person.
Okay.
Once the person notices you, it will begin pursuit.
Okay.
Do not interact. You will most likely be
Killed. I'm assuming that killed. You will most likely be given a vat of candy. That'd be great, right? I don't know. It could be anything.
I found a candy in a dark alley.
Oh man, candy in dark alleys is my favorite.
Sign me up.
Is it coming from a stranger?
Woo!
Best of all. Issue number one. I feel like there's all sorts of issues, to be honest. Initial observation. Substance is made of spores from an unidentified species of fungus. Oh man, is this like Last of Us? Oh, risk of accidental intake, very high. Or maybe this is related to Vita Carnis. Spores every secret mushrooms. Okay, patient 1, patient 2. Let's do a little experiment, shall we? Brought to the emergency room on the same day. Okay, we're gonna A/B test them. Complaining of a severe headache and acute facial cramps. Oh, they're gonna be smiling soon. None of the medicine helped. They were taken to the laboratory for observation. Let's A/B test these guys. Stage 1, week 1. Oh, look at how happy they are. Patients begin to smile with some resistance. Patients suffered meningitis before subsiding within 2 days. Patients remain same. Meningitis! Meningitis, inflammation of the membranes that cover the brain. Yep, and spinal cord. Meningitis is very serious if not treated quickly. It can cause life-threatening sepsis and result in permanent damage to the brain or nerves. Yeah, that's one of those ones that you always like hear about, especially like when it circulates around in schools sometimes or whatever. Because again, it is a bacterial or viral infection, so it is, you know, something that can be passed along. And so there's always like big concern if someone is found with this. Stage 2, week 2. It's very, very consistent on a week-by-week basis. Very easy. Oh, wow. Wow. That is aggressive. Any substance has been subdued by, any resistance, sorry, has been subdued by the fungus. Faces begin to contort to a wide grin. So it's the Joker. Patient's behavior becomes predatory. Huh. And it works the same in multiple bodies. Cut. That's enough. That's enough manic laughter. Manic, low audio quality recording laughter commences. That wasn't the audio recording, that was just how their laughter sounds. It's very strange how that is.
The fungus compresses them.
It crunches the audio. Just mitifies it, chops it off, makes it peak. It's terrible. Like, you're like, this is creepy. What I'm looking at is creepy, but what I'm hearing is just unsettling. Oh, this is the worst. The patients were then locked in a room. Okay. But how contagious are they? Stage 3, week 4. Oh, took a little bit longer this time. Ooh, hey. Fungus has permanently damaged facial tissue. Okay, so it is like eating you alive. That's interesting. Leaving a severely contorted face. Oh. Despite extensive nerve damage. Oh, the fused muscles maintain the expression. Huh. So, if ever the patients recover, I don't think they are, bud. Like at this point, I think you're pretty far gone. A face transplant is going to be required for reintegration. Yeah, I don't think it's happening. Gotta watch out for those fungi. Vocal cords have stopped functioning due to extreme strain. Patient's behavior and motor function begins to decline. Okay. Toward the later part of this stage. Is there another stage after this? I feel like they're pretty far gone. Week 5, dead. Week 5, it's over. They dead. Oh. Rapid sentience visible in patients. And you can say, he's looking older.
He is. He got senesced.
He got senesced hard. Senescence came and just hit him like a truck. The whole senescence train. Whoop, whoop, boom. Rough. Also, if this is the way you're senescing, I don't know. Like there's getting old, and then there's literally a walking skeleton.
Senesced like milk.
Yeah, this is senescing like milk right here. This is not the senescence you're looking for, man. There's all this talk these days about Gen Z, millennials looking older and older. You know, this guy. Look at that. I mean, he's a walking corpse. Let's be honest.
We're trying to hit peak senescence.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he is senesced to the fullest. Let's see his buddy. His buddy's gonna be some horrific monstrosity. Oh, patient has completely lost semblance from past self. Brain is in the late Alzheimer's stages. Okay, that makes sense. I love that he kind of looks like a kooky old man being like, ha ha. Did not live up to this stage, patient 2. Okay. He's like, ha ha ha. I'm kind of kooky crazy old man. Patient 1 passed away 6 weeks into his admission. So we're looking at like a 5 to 6 week countdown, okay? The autopsy. Fungus found in brains, you think? Fungus found in brain cells? Yeah, go figure. Is this cordyceps all over again? It was observed secreting a substance. Wait, I don't want to hear about it secreting substances. A substance similar to acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter. High concentrations of the fungus found in the amygdala, which is the emotional center of the brain. For those of you who don't know, so acetylcholine, there's, like, we all know, like, dopamine and, like, that's the big, like, oh, it's the reward chemical, or norepinephrine and things like that. But acetylcholine is one of the other, like, lesser known neurotransmitters. Amygdala is your emotional center, usually is what it's thought to be, at least kind of like the control center of your, like, fear responses, happiness responses, things like that. That tends to be amygdala. So that's what they're referring to here, I'm assuming, suggesting complete control over the amygdala. 30 minutes into the autopsy. Oh, bud. You missed. A sudden burst of gas came out of the patient's mouth. What was initially thought to be gas was spores, right? Was figured to be spores of the fungus. 2 morticians were present in the room. Oh, now they're infected. They may have inhaled the spores. Maybe. They've been quarantined. Smart move. Good call. Did they know it was a fungus beforehand? Because the fact that these people weren't in, like, biohazard excerpt. 31. Nope, 1994. What was the other one then? So this is 94 then. Okay. I went out for groceries, and this strange man threw flour at me on the way home. I was more weirded out than I was pissed. Anyway, I'm taking Max to the vet tomorrow. Okay. So, I mean, he's been quiet for days. Oh, man. So this is very much like Last of Us, where spores are being transmitted, like this fungal spore, through potentially bread flour, things like that. I had this vivid dream where I was flying through space. Sweet dude. It's like I became one with the universe. Then I saw a man. Cool story, bro. And I woke up. Great. Oh. Him. Oh yeah, him. Obviously. Log 29. So still 1994. Max has been feeling better. He began to bark again. Oh, what a boy. That terrible things are going to befall this boy. I feel relieved. I had a very similar dream to yesterday. I flew through a colorful space. I forgot who I was. I've never really had many flying dreams. Then I saw him. He smiled. Oh, look at that pleasant guy. What a happy, strange viral marketing campaign. Just the happiest little viral marketer, honestly. Just the happiest little urban legend. I've been having the same dream for the past week, and it's kind of worrying me now. Does that mean something? I don't know. Usually, like, a change in my life. I couldn't stop thinking about it all day. I mean, it seems like it's, oh, I saw code 53, 4D, 49, 4C. And then it cuts off. So that's pretty short. That doesn't seem like it would be a substitution code. That's interesting. I wonder what that is. We'll have to come back to that. My face won't stop twitching. Oh, he's going to be smiling soon. And I'm having a migraine right now. Here it comes. This may be my worst one so far. It could just be stress. It could be. Caffeine, does crazy stuff for you. So I told my prof that I can't attend. Log 39. It's been 4 days since the migraines and twitches began. I am in agony. Please go get help. Get that fungus out of there. I will go to the doctor. It took you this long, man. Go! Prioritize yourself. I will go to the doctor. I like the smooth jams that are happening behind all this, by the way.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, right? We're going through this like horrific story of like, yeah, I'm slowly dying. And there's a fungus infecting my body, forcing me to smile until I deteriorate and senesce.
And senesce.
And senesce like a milk.
I really have to say props to Sean though, because when I have my really bad migraines, I am not logging any of that.
No.
I am going hour to hour. If I
Right.
go to the doctor, I'm not telling anyone, I'm just going.
Yeah, right. It's there. Yeah. I popped some Excedrin. It didn't work. Now I'm going to see the doctor.
Right.
I need to lay down. I'm not. Dear diary, I feel myself slowly senescing. It's tough, right? This guy, man, he's got prioritize yourself. They told me it was just stress and electrolyte imbalance. Of course they did. Get that fungus out of there. Just take pain meds and relax. Sure. Stay hydrated. It's important. Hydration. But yeah, the smooth jam. It's like, oh, we're undergoing this terrible transition, but we're just gonna listen to the music. My face hurts. Feels like someone is pulling the sides of my mouth up. It's getting harder to blink. Oh, you don't really think about the blinking side. That's a cool detail. The pills don't work. Right? Because as you're doing this, you're kind of like squeezing your eyes shut. You're going like this. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you can't really, I guess you can, I think yours a little bit, but it does get hard. And so your eyes, that's probably the worst part of this. Outside of, the death and the decay and your body slowly eating itself alive. Outside of all of that stuff, the worst part of this is probably like, if you're having a hard time blinking, your eyes are getting dry real fast.
Mm.
You need like clear eyes, or you need some eye drops in there, because that's going to be tough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, dry, desiccated eyes. Oh, no thanks. Oh, that's the worst. December 22nd, Max passed away. Oh, I don't understand. He was doing just fine yesterday. I say as I'm slowly undergoing this like horrific transition. Could it be related? 43. Oh, it's Christmas. My friends say I look a lot happier recently. I am not. I am not. Nope. Behind this forced smile, I am suffering. I mean, this guy is literally like a YouTuber thumbnail, though. On the plus side, my YouTube thumbnail game, my click-through rate through the roof.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All this like big smile. Oh, big reaction smile. Slap that guy on a YouTube thumbnail. 1 million views. Easy. Yeah. I am suffering both physical and mental anguish. Great. But my teeth look great. Doctors were stumped by my illness that they ignored literally days ago. December 26th, day after Christmas. I am happy. Okay. I feel full of energy. Okay, so there's definitely, I feel the man's aura. Oh, wow. Okay. He changed me. Okay. For the better. Okay. I am happy. I am happy. Yeah, good. I'm glad that this had a happy ending.
Make everyone happy.
Make everyone happy. That's nice. It's good to spread happiness out to the world. Oh, hold up. Oh, geez. Okay, hold up. He told me something. A quest to fulfill a band new life in a brr place. A quest to fulfill, huh? Worlds too unbearable for a simple man like me. Too much vice. Too much sadness.
Real.
I mean,
that's so real.
I don't need a fungus infecting my brain to tell me that one.
There's too much sadness.
Too much vice, too much sadness. Hashtag relatable there, Sean. But I have the power to fix this. Good for him. Really chronologically, like really logging his life.
Yeah.
Doing a great job. Everyone I see shall become happy. Yeah, you spread that happiness, bud. Become the happiness that you want to see in the world. I hope I make you happy. Oh, it's at the end of the year. It's New Year, man. It's very exciting. This is New Year's fireworks and stuff. Time of date, 01/1/1/95. A lot of ones. To replace Sean Gomez, 22. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. no. Oh no! He had a grotesque facial expression. Suspected on being under the influence of some drug. Police officers were not able to subdue the man. He wounded one of the officers. Oh man, and committed violence. The officers were forced to shoot him. Okay. Well, I guess that did subdue him, just in a very permanent way. 17 casualties. Oh no! Ah! 10 injuries. Do I look beautiful? Who? I'm in a happier place now. Who's leaving this? Who's saying this right now? He smiles. Who's writing all that? Because this is in the police tape. Thank you.
Aw.
Oh, closed captions. You're welcome. And there's the man. I see it. I see the man. Well, that was dark.
Wow.
That took a very dark turn.
It did.
That did not make me smile. Like, if his goal was to make me happy, that did not make me happy.
Yeah, I'm happened.
Happened?
Well, like happy but not.
So you're saying sad?
Yeah.
Okay. Happened. I don't think sorry, Ash. I don't think happened is happening.
That's okay.
I don't think we're gonna be able to make happened happen.
That makes me very happened.
So okay, so this, and it's interesting because we have a couple things going on. So it feels very much like The Last of Us, where fungus is spread. And in this case, and even similar to, in the games, they never really gave an explicit explanation, but definitely in the show, they're like, it's in the bread, it's in the flour, right? He had flour sprinkled. It's unclear whether he was infected by the flour or was he one of the morticians.
He would be so he was a college student.
Right, that's the thing. I don't think he was
that wouldn't add up.
Right, so the mortician incident was separate from the Sean incident. Right?
It seems so.
It would seem so. So I'm wondering, yeah, if there's multiple storylines going on here, or if the morticians somehow got Sean infected, like they're the ones who tossed the flour. The connective tissue of where those kind of two stories broke off or where they met there was unclear. But it does seem like there's a couple things at play, right? So you have this fungus that's spreading through flour products and is highly infectious. It's infecting brains. It's causing you to decay. And you're being locked, and if you're locked down and this and that, you just slowly decay. But in this case, it seems like it's compelling you to turn violent. Now, the thing that I don't get, and the thing that I think is interesting, is where does this mysterious entity come in, right? Because if you were to just say, hey, it's an evil fungus, like cordyceps, that takes over your brain and forces you to do things and forces your muscles to be contorted and this and that, that is very accurate. Like, that's incredibly believable. That is just, again, it's Last of Us, but with a twist. But the fact that there's now a character behind it, or like this potentially this shared hallucination of this man who is forcing you to be happy and telling you messages and stuff. Is he creator of the fungus? Is he a creation of the fungus in some way? Like, I'm really curious about how the man fits into all of this, because he even showed up at the end here, at the end of that last tape, where you could see his like silhouette kind of happening in the background. So very clearly, he's an agent through a lot of this, which is dark and spooky and weird. Smiley Tapes Volume 2. November 4th, 1994. So again, this is back in 1994. I love when the dates are just clear. Faint signal detected 19 miles south of Chidinlu, California. Okay. Radio signal. Okay. Where we were. Here. You are here. We started to notice a pattern. These signals are only heard at night. 12:35 a.m. Okay. Gonna listen to some radio signal.
18, 26, 15, 19, 26,
What's it say?
20, 15, 18, 8, 25, 8, 19, 2.
What? Did you? Yeah, I heard the ha-ha. Because very clearly there was a lot there. It was an extended sequence. They want us to hear what's going on and really listen for it, but I'm having a hard time making it out. And if Ash, you're having a hard time too, maybe it needs some like audio sweetening to make it better. So here's the thing. We could start off the next episode with that. Potentially. Like we could do that next episode.
Yeah.
But here, let's keep going. A numbers station. Okay. Are you going to give us a clue? Oh, we've still yet to decipher these cryptic messages. Well, thanks. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Oh, I saw a spooky smile there for a second. There he is. Oh, there be the smiling man.
It's our man.
It's our boy.
Oh, that's our guy right there.
Him.
Him.
Best. Smile Investigation Journal. Issue number 2. So that's interesting. Each of these volumes is starting with like a one half of the story, or like a prelude almost like a cold open, right? Where you're starting with, the first one started with like the medical issue and them doing the autopsy. This one is starting with this like radio signal, and then you have a title card that launches into kind of like, here's what seems to be like the main story of the volume or whatever. So it's a cool way of structuring this out. That's a pretty fascinating pattern that I just wanted to call out. We'll see how it holds and if it applies or if that's relevant at all, but you can already see how the structure of these smile tapes are playing out. As of October 13th, 1995, so about 1,500 deaths, so we've escalated a lot. 5,000 hospitalized. Whew. That's bad news. Fungus. Fungus. There's a fungus among us. After extended observation, it's shown that the fungus is deemed unstable and prone to mutation. Scientists fear that this may result into more variants of the disease. So is it a disease or is it fungus? Different things. I get why you would use them interchangeably, but this is one of those, but actually, there is a difference. Like the fungus is going to be different than a disease, right? So it's mixing it, but it is based off of this. It's interesting to see the talk about the fungus mutating quickly, because you would think of that with like a bacteria or a virus, and how it mutates and it evolves and things like that. Fungus, because it is a living creature, because it's a living entity, probably, I would assume, slower to mutate here. So it would have to be a fast evolving fungus. So there's a little bit of like, in the creation of this fictional world, just knowing like, hey, it's a fungus, so by the nature of it being a fully formed creature, it will evolve and mutate slower than something that is like a protozoa, bacteria, virus, whatever, where there's just smaller bits of it, and so one small change affects a lot more.
Yeah, and then a fungus can cause disease, but a fungus by itself is not a disease.
Correct, right, exactly. So yeah, it's worth calling out that sort of stuff. It's the worst. So basically what we're looking at here is the worst case of athlete's foot ever.
Ugh.
Just got out of control. Some athlete let his foot fungus get out of control, and now people's brains are infected, and they're smiling all over the place. It's not okay. Not okay. That's why you got to take it seriously. The fungus naturally transmits about 2 billion spores. It's a lot of spores. The spores are released through the closest orifice after they die. You could call it a sporifice.
You know how that makes me feel, Matthew?
How does it make you feel, Ash?
Happened.
Oh, man. No, happened.
A little bit happened.
A little happened, okay. Sporifice. Anyone within 10 meters are at risk of contracting the disease or the fungus which causes the disease. But yeah, I get you. It happened. The spores can linger for as long as 30 hours. Man, these things last a long time. This is bad news. Humanity's done. We're done. Moreover, there have been reports of people intentionally infecting victims, making the fungus more difficult to contain. So I'm assuming that is people's brains being like taken over and spreading it. Again, this is exactly what certain funguses already do. You know, they have been called spore puffers by the citizens. Well, the citizens need a better name for it. Okay, watch out for those spore puffers over there.
Oh man, it sounds like an aquatic creature.
You know, spore puffers.
Like you're gonna go see the spore puffers at the aquarium.
Right. Oh, I love the spore puffers. Like that is the least threatening name ever. I feel like the citizenry might need to go back to the drawing board on that name. Something a little bit more threatening and urgent to spread. Hey, these spore puffers have caused like 1,500 deaths. Might need something that exudes a bit more urgency.
Like the word puff in and of itself is just way too innocent.
Right? Oh, they're just spore puffers.
Little puffs.
He's just a little spore puffy boy.
Yeah, like spore puffles.
He's a little puffles. Love it. Police are currently patrolling areas known for frequent spore puffing. Those darn spore puffers. Source and emergence. Oh, that's funny.
Frequent puff.
Right, the exact source of the fungus is still unknown. Maybe it's that place in Southern California. The fungus first appeared as a new drug being sold in the black market by the guy. And was only brought to public attention after the New Year's homicides. Oh, so Sean was like an early case. The Gomez homicide. Okay, so he was like a first big one here. There he is. Police searched Gomez's apartment. Found a bunch of spores. It's a spore puffer. They found a journal that dates from January 1993 to December 94, just hours before. Yep. Evidence implies that Gomez was infected December 4th as a victim of spore puffing. Yep. He appears to develop delusions towards New Year before descending into a violent spree. Yep. He died around stage 2. Okay, so now we know the stages, okay? The most common stage a person died. Thank you for that.
There we go.
The most, oh, holy jeez. Sorry, didn't expect that one. Holy cow. Sean did the right thing. He did not. Very clear. Not the right thing. None of this is the right thing. Oh, geez. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, there's a lot of, this went from, oh, let's casually make fun of the spooky thing on screen to like, oh, this has gone from like 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. CPL, QL, X, TW, JHP, CPL. I'm wondering if this is something like he did the right thing or something like that. DID would work for the LQL. Right thing now, but it ends with L. So it's some sort of code. The morgue incident. Should we stop here?
I think here's a good place
I was
to
gonna
stop.
say, ending on like dark, spooky jump scare feels appropriate before we get into the morgue incident. Okay, so we'll see what happens to Sean. Oh, I wonder if is he the spore puffer in his death? Were they doing an autopsy on him and it puffs the spores?
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll have to find out next time. So anyway, that is part 1 of the Smile tapes, which is an interesting mix of a lot of different sources. Pretty dark, honestly. Like this is dark and disturbing and depressing. It started as like, haha, cute fungus makes people rot away, but now you're starting to get into like weird mental hallucinations and being controlled to do terrible things and stuff. So great, the analog horror. Yeah, uplifting stuff. So Smile tapes, pretty dark, pretty scary, pretty disturbing, and we'll see more of it next time. So anyway, guys, remember, watch out for any rogue spore puffers out there. Make sure your day isn't happy-ant, I guess. And thank you one final time to NordVPN for sponsoring today's episode, nordvpn.com/GTLive, down in the description below for that amazing discount. And as always, my friends, remember, that wasn't a live stream, but it was a video for you. See ya!